from the station working for you. This is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
A weekend boat party under investigation in Monroe County. Tonight, why the situation could mean sanctions for IU students. Plus, Richmond police are investigating after someone drove into a group of Black Lives Matter protesters. Hear firsthand from a witness at the event and what his message is to the person behind the wheel. And the pandemic is creating a shortage of volunteers for several extracurricular activities like the Girl Scouts. How you can help a young girl develop new skills and become a future leader. Thanks for joining us here at 11 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. It has been a pretty dry day here in central Indiana with a light rain, but nothing too heavy today. WRTV Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory joins us now with a look ahead to what's in store for your Labor Day.
And thunderstorms a little more likely tomorrow. Nicole, we'll talk about that and the timing here in a second. A few of these may be strong. The main risk would be damaging wind with the stronger storms across central Indiana. The radar is spotless right now. We're dry in central Indiana, but look at the thunderstorms developing in lower Michigan, coming back into northern Illinois. This will gradually sag to the south and increase our chance for some storms tomorrow. All of central and most of northern Indiana with the marginal risk, which is a low risk for severe storms. But again, damaging wind would be the main threat with these thunderstorms for Labor Day. Let's take you through a timeline. We go overnight. Here come the showers and a broken line of some thunderstorms. They are expanding a bit by 10 a.m. and then 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Spotty, heavy to strong storms with some torrential downpours. We'll talk about rainfall potential. Look at the change that comes for Tuesday and Wednesday as well coming up.
Kevin, thank you. Tonight, Indiana University is investigating, trying to figure out if IU students were on board double-decker boats this weekend with a large group of people. Photos posted online and videos shared with WRTV show people crowded on 3 rental boats Friday afternoon on Lake Monroe. A spokesperson for the school said the university is aware of the situation. It is not clear if the people on the boats are students, but the school says there will be possible sanctions against any student found to be in violation of IU's COVID-19 safety protocols. Possible sanctions include suspension or expulsion, according to the university's website. Indiana DNR is also now investigating. And in a statement, Lake Monroe Boat Rental Company says in part on Friday, we had a group of student age renters that violated our COVID-19 policies and attracted the attention of our community. It goes on to say we strive to keep our community safe and will continue our extra measures to sanitize equipment, to keep equipment sanitized and groups safely distanced. The company also posted their COVID-19 safety protocols online, which do include not tying up the boats on the water, which they say the drivers were aware of. Midway through the day, they checked on the groups, saw they were tied up, which resulted in no deposit back, and all remaining 2020 reservations were canceled. Meanwhile, people were flocking to at least 2 Indiana state parks today. According to its Twitter page, Indiana State Park said Cataract Falls State Recreation Area near Cloverdale and Patoka Lake Reservoir near the Hoosier National Forest reached capacity. At one point, parking at Cataract Falls was 1 car in, 1 car out. We are keeping a close eye on coronavirus numbers as we continue the holiday weekend. Here's a look at the latest information from the State Department of Health. Today, 851 new cases of COVID-19 were reported. That brings the total number of reported Hoosier cases to 99,804. The daily positivity rate remains steady at 8.8%. 2 additional deaths were also reported by state health officials. Since the pandemic began, 3,140 Hoosiers have died with COVID. The state remains in good shape when it comes to hospital preparedness. Nearly 41% of ICU beds are available. About 10% of beds in use are by COVID patients. 81.5% of the state's ventilators are available for use. Just over 2% are being used by COVID patients. Experts are concerned that Labor Day gatherings could mean another spike in COVID-19 cases if people are not careful this holiday weekend. WRTV's Troy Washington shows us how some people are getting creative when it comes to gathering.
For Warren Powell and his crew, social distancing is no problem this Labor Day weekend.
I mean, what a great opportunity just to be outside, to get out and see our beautiful town a little bit. We opted today to just ride around and take a look at some things that we don't really see when you're sitting in your car.
At this point, a lot of Hoosiers are stir crazy, and sometimes that can lead to throwing caution to the wind, but not for these friends on bikes or this group on scooters.
We have to be safe and we have to be cognizant of abiding by the rules that we're dealing with now, but just to be out, to see people, to see a little bit of normalcy is good. It's a good thing. It's a good feeling.
But experts say not everyone is careful when it comes to the holidays. This summer, we've seen cases spike after 4th of July and Memorial Day, holidays that bring people out to gather for fun.
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The families are out, but there is a question. After this Labor Day weekend, will COVID-19 cases rise again?
Donna Bope is an infection preventionist at IU Health North. She says this weekend and beyond, it takes all of us doing our part.
I don't wear this mask for me. I wear it for you. I wear it in case I may be carrying the virus. I don't want to spread it to you. And likewise, I would like, to see everyone else wearing their mask on behalf of others, not themselves.
Working for you downtown, Troy Washington, WRTV.
Troy, thank you. And when it comes to children, experts are also warning parents to be careful of attending gatherings this holiday weekend, since once students return to school, they are also capable of bringing the virus back with them. Developing in Bloomington tonight, a triple homicide and suicide is under investigation. Not a lot of information is known right now, but here's what we do know. This happened in a home on Olcott Boulevard around 10:15 this morning. Police say someone called police after entering the home with a key and finding one person dead. Investigators determined a 61-year-old man shot and killed his wife, 26-year-old daughter, and 18-year-old son before he died by suicide. The identities of those involved have not been released. We are working to learn more and will update you as soon as new information comes in. In all new at 11, we received a statement from Bloomington Mayor John Hamilton on this tragedy. He says in part, all of Bloomington mourns today after we lost a family in an apparent triple homicide and suicide. The tragic loss of these 4 fellow Bloomingtons that come in a horrible shock during an already challenging year when a family or private struggles may remain even harder to see than usual. It reminds us how important it is to take care of each other, to offer a helping hand, a listening ear, or a sturdy shoulder to family, friends, or neighbors, end quote. And if you or someone you know is having suicidal thoughts, call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. The number is on your screen right now. It's 800-273-TALK. That's 800-273-8255, or call 911 immediately. Richmond police need help tracking down the driver who they say ran into a group of Black Lives Matter protesters. Tonight we are hearing from one of the organizers of the protest who is walking us through what happened in the moments after this incident. This is video and pictures from before the car ran into the group, leaving people with minor injuries. The protesters were walking in the area of 7th and North A Street. We talked with Benjamin Gard, who organized the walk that brought out about 100 people. He was in the front when he heard on the police scanner that he was monitoring that people were injured after a car ran into them in the back of the walk.
Very panicked, definitely a lot of anger. There were a few people that started to run after the car. There was a lot of confusion going on, as in this really did just happen. Honestly, a lot of fear of this might come back to us, that it doesn't take a lot for a person to turn the car around and try again.
Gard says it's important to not hold on to the anger he and others may feel after this incident, but instead focus on their mission of fighting for justice and equality. Richmond police are asking anyone with video of the incident to contact their department. No arrests have been made. Game Changer Wrestling was back in Indianapolis today. The Bring 'em Out event was held at the Celebration Plaza Amphitheater at White River State Park. GCW is an independent professional wrestling circuit. Hundreds attended as it has made its way to the Circle City today. The crew said it took a little more preparation to make sure fans were socially distant and following all safety precautions. They wanted everyone to feel safe as well as being entertained.
Right by the river here, we've got people socially distanced, we've got people in masks. We looked at the situation with COVID, with the world where we were at, and we said, is there even a possibility to have live wrestling events? And we sort of adapted and figured it out, and we can do this if we follow the rules, if we enforce the masks, if we check the temperatures, if we take the extra steps, put in the money to make these things happen and create a safe environment, not only for us as wrestlers, but for the people who want to come watch.
Well, look at that jacket. Pretty nice. Fans say it was nice to get outside and watch a pro sport after being on lockdown for so long. Right now, during the pandemic, Girl Scouts of Central Indiana is recruiting new members as well as volunteers. They want to get the attention of parents of girls ages kindergarten to 12th grade who are looking for a safe option for their children. Leaders say as girls begin the school year during these challenging times, staying home and away from friends, Girl Scouts is still a safe option. There are opportunities to keep girls in small groups, to do activities both in person, virtually, or a combination of both. Those who join a Girl Scout troop get to try new things, develop new skills, and take on leadership roles.
It's an amazing organization. It's inclusive. It's girl-led. I mean, there are, girls who are out there making decisions about what they want to do with their own troops. They can try new things, develop a wide range of skills, take on leadership roles, and kind of feel comfortable falling, dusting themselves off, and trying again.
This year, 24 new badges were released, allowing girls to gain skills in STEM, automotive engineering, and civics, fields that are normally male-dominated. Girl Scouts is open to all girls. As we mentioned, kindergarten through grade 12, and adults over the age of 18 can volunteer. This weekend, families from across the country are spending their holiday weekend in Indianapolis to compete in the Soapbox Derby National Championships. Racers, including Indy's own Inner City Youth Racing League, have been taking to the 1,000-foot-long track at Wilbur Shaw Soapbox Derby Hill since Friday. It's the longest track in the country. It's been more than 20 years since the Circle City hosted the race, and leaders say they are happy to bring it back, even with the changes due to the pandemic.
It is definitely different. We're thankful everybody came out. So much stuff has been canceled. We decided to proceed with our race, and all of our competitors are really happy we did, because our racing's been shut down, as you guys know, in Indianapolis for quite some time.
Well, a Derby champion will be crowned tomorrow on Monday. Protesters taking to the streets this Labor Day weekend after the break, why they say there doesn't seem to be an end in sight. And the world's top male tennis player out of the U.S. Open, straight ahead what he did to get disqualified. Kevin.
And we'll talk about our rising rain chances for tomorrow, and then what kicks in on Tuesday, coming up.
Welcome back. Labor Day recognizes the American labor movement, but this holiday weekend was marked by another movement for racial justice. Britt Conway has a look at some of the protests that happened around the country this weekend.
George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake, Daniel Prude, all killed or badly hurt during an interaction with police. All of their cases still open. Cases that have touched millions and inspired thousands of protests. In less than 3 months, there have been close to 8,000 Black Lives Matter protests around the country. And a new report from the U.S. Crisis Monitor says 93% of them involved peaceful protesters. That's how many of them were this weekend. Protesters calling for justice, pleading for police reform. From Louisville to St. Louis and in Portland, Maine. But that's not to say there was no tension. Protesters went head-to-head in Orlando and in Dallas. Portland, Oregon marked the 100th night of protests in the city, and police declared a riot. They say protesters became violent and began throwing Molotov cocktails. Dozens were arrested. There were arrests in Rochester, too, where police used pepper spray and tear gas on crowds. But in the face of what they see as racism and injustice,
it's just scary being a Black person. Like, how can I not be here? How can I not be here fighting for this?
They say they'll keep protesting. I'm Britt Conley reporting.
Britt, thank you. And tonight, for the first time, we are hearing from one of the men who sparked nationwide protests after being shot by Wisconsin police. Jacob Blake shared this video message with his supporters through attorney Ben Crump's Twitter page.
I just want to say, man, to all the young cats out there, and even the older ones, older than me, it's a lot more life to live out here, man. Your life, and not only just your life, your legs, something that you need to move around and move forward in life, can be taken from you like this, man. Every 24 hours, it's pain, it's nothing but pain. It hurts to breathe, it hurts to sleep, it hurts to move from side to side, it hurts to eat. Please, I'm telling you, change your lives out there.
The officers involved in the Blake shooting are on leave. Blake, meanwhile, entered 3 not guilty pleas stemming from an unrelated incident in May. The world's top tennis player has been disqualified from the U.S. Open. Serbian tennis champ Novak Djokovic was defaulted from the tournament after his ball hit a lineswoman on Sunday. Djokovic was not aiming at anyone in particular, but the impact of the hit made the lineswoman fall to the ground. Lengthy discussions between tournament officials, Djokovic, and the referee went on before he was officially defaulted. USTA said his actions of intentionally hitting a ball dangerously or recklessly within the court led to the disqualification. And this is now the worst fire season in California history, and it has months left to go. CAL FIRE said today blazes like these have burned more than 2 million acres. Fire season extends into October and November, and officials say firefighters aren't getting any breaks. The Creek Fire is the latest crisis. Right now it's 0% contained and has forced the rescue of 224 people from a popular camping area. At least 20 evacuees were left with injuries. And Kevin, that video is it's just shocking to see.
It's scary, yeah. We had some shots of people trying to escape and driving the roads where the fire is closing in. Can't imagine doing that. For us in central Indiana, some thunderstorms, much needed rainfall. Our chances go up tomorrow for those thunderstorms. Just under 70 degrees in Indy. It's a little warmer in Kokomo. And dry in Bloomington with 69 degrees. That wind out of the south. Just want to show you, we've got our thunderstorm chances tomorrow, but then look what kicks in. Tuesday and Wednesday, temperatures have a shot at 90 degrees. When it's so dry in central Indiana, there's no moisture to evaporate from the ground, and the ground itself heats up so much more efficiently, so it doesn't take long to get these temperatures back up into the upper 80s, well above the average high of 83. Thunderstorms right now in lower Michigan, a few trying to build in Illinois. The overall trend will be for our chance for thunderstorms to increase first in the morning, a little lull, then during the afternoon, more scattered showers and thunderstorms. I'll show you this model. It's a little more aggressive with the coverage of storms. There they drop to the south, 7 a.m. Watch by 10, this fills in along Interstate 70. I'm still not totally sold that it will be this solid of a line of showers and thunderstorms. Then that sags to the south. Again, some of this rainfall would be heavy, and some of the stronger storms will have damaging wind potential. That's why the marginal risk for severe storms. Temperatures struggle a little bit because of the cloud cover and the thunderstorms. The exact timing of the thunderstorms will impact the high temperature. There's the green overall of central Indiana, showing the marginal or low risk for severe storms. All threats are there. They remain low. Of course, lightning makes every thunderstorm dangerous. Temperatures tomorrow, south and east, you have a better chance of reaching the mid-80s because I think it will take longer for thunderstorms to reach you. Cooler to the north, where thunderstorms are expected earlier in the day. As we turn the page into Tuesday and Wednesday, our rain chances go down, but the temperature comes back up, 88 for the high. And as you can see, pretty warm from north to south across the state with all the south wind and humidity climbing just a bit. A couple of spots may well hit 90 degrees, but our chance for rain Tuesday and Wednesday will remain low. There's Wednesday's high, 20% chance of thunderstorms. I think a better chance Thursday. We'll call that a transition Thursday to cooler temperatures for Friday and the weekend. Temperatures will be around 76 Friday. 7-day forecast. Temperatures that have been in the 50s for overnight lows, not anymore, all in the 60s until we get to early in the weekend, where temperatures will be in the upper 50s. But again, don't be surprised. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. Dry and warm Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, Kevin, thank you. As students continue to learn from home, parents may be looking to make their workspace more comfortable. Up next, tips from a local design company on how to do just that. Welcome back. As students head back to school, terms like kid desk, desk, or computer desk are being searched more often on the internet, and that's according to a leading e-commerce analytics firm. And that is because parents are trying to set up at-home workspaces for their children to do e-learning. The term kid desk is up more than 3,000%, which is making these items tough to come by. With the current demand, Closets by Design in Indianapolis is getting a lot of calls from local families.
It's very interesting as they're just coming off of their own work at home, trying to figure out how to do that. And now they're shifting right into that mode of how to figure out how to get their kids set up. So they're having a hard time. Believe it or not, Amazon has seen record number of hits on their website. They're not shipping. Retailers are behind. So it's going to take them a while to get their places set up. So they are turning to Closets by Design to try to do something more custom.
The sales manager we talked to has this advice for parents. Use what you already have, like a sofa and a console table, or even a smooth piece of wood and brackets to mount to the wall. An easy way to reduce clutter is by using color-coded baskets for each kid where they can store all their books and supplies. She also says avoid setting up workspaces in bedrooms or in the kitchen to help your kids focus. We'll be right back after this break. A Michigan boy with a birth defect finds his perfect match. 2-year-old Bentley Boyers got to bring home his new puppy last week. Bentley bonded instantly with his new dog after learning they both have cleft palates. His parents hope finding the puppy will show Bentley he is not alone. The animal shelter said they don't normally see puppies with cleft palates. And Kevin, so this truly was a match made in heaven, and look how cute this is.
Would that take 10 seconds to bond?
Oh my gosh.
They'll be inseparable.
I love it.
Oh. All right, temperatures tomorrow. Some of you will love the fact that we've got some rain in the forecast. During the day, the chance for showers and thunderstorms there starting in the morning north of Indy and then through the afternoon in central and southern portions of the state. The impact will be on temperatures because of the cloud cover and the scattered thunderstorms. From there, that's a launching pad. We'll be in the upper 80s Tuesday and Wednesday. Nicole?
All right, Kevin, thank you. And thank you so much for joining us. Good Morning Indiana starts at 4:30. Have a great night.